Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Business Success by Design podcast, the show where we get real about what it actually takes to grow a coaching or consulting business that supports your life, not one that runs you into the ground. I am James Lawson, and today we're going to be tackling one of the most frustrating and probably most common challenges faced by consultants and coaches who are in the early stage of business. It's that brutal roller coaster ride we all know too well. The feast or famine cycle. You know that 1 month you're flooded with clients, the next crickets. So you're either swamped or you're starving, and neither is sustainable. So in this episode, we're going to unpack why the cycle happens in the first place. We'll talk a little bit about the silent business killers hiding inside of it. And we're going to talk about what you can do to start building a more predictable, consistent flow of clients. So if you're ready, let's dig in.
Welcome to the Business Success by Design podcast, where you'll learn everything you need to know about building a thriving business. This isn't theory. It's hardcore strategies and tactics designed to help you win. Join us as top business coaches, marketers, and business insiders pull back the curtain on what really works in building the business you want and what's just complete BS. And now, sit back and listen to rockstar host James Lawson, he's the one with a funny accent, and Angela Inzerillo as they go deep, cut through the crap, and get to the core of making your business work for you.
Hey guys, welcome back. So listen, let's be honest about this whole feast or famine cycle and why it actually happens. Basically, most early stage coaches, consultants, service businesses, they don't have a client acquisition system, right? They have hope. They hope that referrals will keep coming. They will hope that a past client will reappear and hope that someone magically finds them on social media. Listen, the feast or famine cycle is a biatch to have to deal with. But normally if you're in it, it kind of looks a little bit like, you land a few clients, right? That's your feast. Yeah, you go heads down doing the work. Maybe you stop marketing for a while because now you're delivering. Those projects end and now you're back at zero. Famine. Cue the panic. The hustle goes for new clients. You land a few and it's rinse and repeat. Look, here's the truth. If you really, really want it so that you're not consistently in this cycle, then we have to do something that creates your income 30 to 60 days from now. If you are not consistently showing up and planting seeds, you're always going to be behind. This is something that we drill into our clients almost on a weekly basis. There's always going to have to be time set aside to actually, do business development. Here's the thing. It's not just exhausting, right? It's actually expensive, right? The feast or famine cycle is actually costing you money every time you go through it. And while you may not be paying out hard dollars, the reality is that the biggest cost to your business are the sales that you're not making. And other than the money, there are other things that are going to come into play. For instance, like your confidence, right? Maybe you start doubting your offer or your messaging, even your ability. That can be demoralizing. Maybe your pricing power. Right, you start discounting just to land the next client. Never a good idea. Your strategic thinking, right? You're always in survival mode, which means you can't plan or grow. You're essentially just reacting to what happens around you. Then you can look at the client experience, right? The quality of your work might drop because you're constantly rushing or scrambling. And then last but not least is your reputation. Guys, if you're always in a state of, I need clients now, people can feel that desperation and it's not magnetic. Bottom line is that the feast or famine, it kills your momentum. And momentum is everything when you are trying to build a business. So, all right, enough about the problem. Let's kind of start diving into some solutions. I think there's 4 really simple steps that you can take to start fixing this cycle and start to build consistent income. So let's go through them one at a time. So the first one is this: block time every week for lead generation, no matter what. Listen, even if you are fully booked, you must continue marketing. We call it a non-negotiable CEO block that we put into our calendar, and it's 2 or 3 hours a week just for outreach, follow-ups, a little bit of content or relationship building. Understand that if you take your foot off the gas when it comes to marketing, when you need to start to build it back up again, it takes so much longer, right? So we don't. I don't care how the business is going. I don't care if you've got a fully booked calendar. You need to still block some time for lead generation. The second one is this: focus on one lead generation system that you can do consistently. So part of the challenge with the feast and famine that we've found is that a lot of business owners, coaches and consultants, they've got like 10 different lead generation things all happening at the one time. That's almost impossible to do. So you got to stop trying to do all the things. Pick one method, whether it's warm email outreach or speaking or podcasting or networking, and build around that until it's working. Trust me when I tell you, consistency beats complexity every single time. Number 3, create a simple follow-up system. As the saying goes, the money is in the follow-up. Most people don't buy the first time, they buy the 5th, the 7th, or the 10th. Set reminders, use a CRM, hell, even a spreadsheet, which is what we used to do back in the day when we first started. All right? Again, keep it simple, but make it happen. And number 4 is build an offer that creates retention or re-engagement. Stop starting from scratch every month, right? Can you structure your offer to increase lifetime value? Is there a way for you to take your initial offer and build some level of continuity program through that offer? All right, maybe a monthly retainer, a package with check-ins, or even a follow-up program that helps past clients keep making progress. There are 100 different ways to do this. But clearly what you want to do is to have something that keeps a current client engaged with you for as long as humanly possible. Here's another thing. Don't sleep on your warm network, guys. Right? Go back to previous clients, contacts, people who's expressed interest before. A simple check-in, like, hey, how's business going lately? Right? It can actually open up a sales conversation without being salesy. So look, here's the truth. Feast and famine doesn't just go away on its own. It goes away when you decide to treat client acquisition as a system, not an emergency. And so let me leave you with this. Momentum is built in the boring moments, right? The non-glamorous weekly check-ins, the regular follow-ups, the consistency that separates the hobbyist from the high earners. So if this has hit home for you and you're ready to build a more predictable, profitable business, reach out and let's connect, right? We have a number of ways that we can help you to get yourself out of the feast or famine predicament. We actually call it the client flow program, right? You can check that out. But listen, thanks for hanging out with me. I really, really appreciate it. If you found this episode helpful, do me a favor, leave a review, share it with a friend, even tag me on LinkedIn or Instagram, and let's spread the word to other small business owners who need to hear it. And so until next time, keep showing up, stay consistent, and remember, it's not just about business. It's about building the business that works for you. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.
Welcome to the Business Success by Design podcast, where you'll learn everything you need to know about building a thriving business. This isn't theory. It's hardcore strategies and tactics designed to help you win. Join us as top business coaches, marketers, and business insiders pull back the curtain on what really works in building the business you want and what's just complete BS. Now, sit back and listen to rockstar host James Lawson, he's the one with a funny accent, and Angela Inzerillo as they go deep, cut through the crap, and get to the core of making your business work for you.